That's all right. Feel free to dig in.
Thank you.
So, a bit of a weird experience, right? You just probably looked as good as you've ever looked in there, and then still don't get to come out with a W. What's the emotions like right now?
It'd be sort of like if I handed you $100,000 on top of your salary and then went, psych, and I took it from you. That's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm gutted. I really think I would have finished him in that second, and I think I would have got a performance bonus. And I think I deserved it off the way I was fighting. I'm also pretty annoyed because I wasn't, I'm not an eye poke guy. That was my 30th fight. I've never poked anyone in the eye, not that I can remember. I wasn't doing this. It was just trying to frame off his face, and it slipped up into his eye, and it was nasty. And I know Pineda, the kind of fighter he is, he wasn't really looking for a way out. Like that, he'll fight to the death. Like that motherfucker ain't worried about it. So, it was just he was trying his best to get the doctors to let him fight. I chimed in a little bit for whatever it counts for, and it looked like the doctors thought about it, and then just said no. I'm gutted, man.
Yeah, because you landed, I think, 2 head kicks in that first round that seemed to have him really in trouble, and it looked like the finish was nearly there, and he survived to the end. Do you think you were going to end that fight in the round before the eye poke?
I think we'd have seen more of the same in the second. I don't think it was getting better for him. No disrespect, Pineda's a G. Been around a long time. He's a dog. So, yeah, I have no ill will towards him, but I don't think he was going to make it out of the second with me. I think it was getting worse. I hit him with both those head kicks and the liver kick that hurt him bad. And my wrestling coach, Danny Castillo's too good. So I went into wrestling, started wrestling because I wanted to prove something. I should have just stayed on him and swarmed him a little more. I think the fight would have been over. But
there's a very nice lateral drop in there, if I remember.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, thank you. I've been doing that. I don't know why that move stuck with me. I learned that in 8th grade, and it's just there for me all the time. I want to say something cool and exciting and give you guys a good whatever. I just probably lost $100,000 off my check, so I wish I could be a little more clever for you, but instead I'm going to sit here and eat pizza and fucking listen to the Smiths in my head.
Okay. It's a good choice. I don't want to get into your finances too much, but you were here the other day talking about how you got a mortgage to pay and stuff like that. Is this one of those moments where the show and win structure of MMA contracts really sucks?
Sucks bad. But this isn't some big meta statement about the sport. We're fucking prize fighters, we're gladiators. To the winner goes the spoils, right? You win your fight. You know what you're signing up for. You win your fight, you get twice your money. You really, really win your fight, you get an extra 50 G's. That's how the sport goes. I'm not calling for some massive recall of that. I just have a fucking mortgage to pay, so it would have been cool to get the extra money, Thankfully, I've grown up around guys like Danny Castillo and Uriah Faber, who are some of the best examples in this sport of taking fight money and turning it into real money. Because you see a lot of fighters end up retired with fucking nothing. And thankfully, my big brothers, the guys who raised me up in Team Alpha Male, taught me about investing and taught me about making smart choices, and it took me a little while to listen. I bought a couple Harleys first, but I'm being smart with my money. So it's not like I'm going to be out on the street Monday, but it would have been nice. I just bought a house. I want to start a family in the next year or two. I'm planning ahead for that shit. So I'm pretty gutted. Yeah, it'd be nice to run it back.
I was about to say, on the flip side though, you said that you're trying to fight more regularly. These are the sort of things
I'm sorry. Continue, please.
It was a negative test you got the other day.
Yeah.
Okay, good. You didn't. You said you want to be a bit more active. These are the sort of things that happen that they do try and rebook you pretty quickly. So do you think you could be able to turn around and just get another fight?
Yeah, dude. Let's go again. Whatever, tomorrow. I don't care. Let's do it. I want to be able to enjoy my fucking summer. I was supposed to fight Daniel Pineda in April, and they said, nah, it'll be May. Actually, no, it'll be June. And then in the end of May, they said, actually, instead of June, it might be Chaz Skelly in July. And then in July, they said, actually, it'll probably be August. And then they said, actually, you want to fight Daniel Pineda in 4 weeks in June? That my last 6 months has just been being in camp, and now I didn't even get the payoff. There wasn't even the big moment. So yeah, the sooner the better. Let me get right back in there so that I can have at least 2 weeks to. Dude, I missed out on cornering one of my friends' fights. I missed out on taking my girl on a trip. I missed out on family events. I missed out on a dozen things because it was I might fight next month. I might fight next month for 4 fucking months. And then this happens. Yeah, get me back in there. I don't care. I'll fight later. I'll finish this pizza and fight. I don't give a fuck. I just want stay active. That's all I care about.
Well, sorry, it wasn't the result you wanted, but you looked.
Sorry, I'm ranting. I didn't mean to take that out on you.
That's okay. It's fine.
I really appreciate you.
Congratulations on the performance, at least, mate.
I just want to point out you have blood all over your hands and you're eating pizza.
I had to return some videotapes. I feel lethal, on the verge of frenzy. I think my mask of sanity is about to slip. Sorry, I've been waiting a long time to say that.
It's okay. I just don't have anything to rebut that.
Yeah. Not a big fucking Patrick Bateman guy, huh?
No. Which is worse, a loss or this kind of a fight where you won? I mean, you did win.
A loss, way worse. Yeah, a loss for sure. But this I don't know. That's what I think is so. What I think is so rough about this is Pineda and I are both guys who are real fighters. Like, we don't really play the game of MMA. We're both fucking fighters. We're in there to put on a show, try to kill somebody in front of us. And I didn't get to win the way I wanted to win, and he didn't even get to lose. Like he didn't get to go out on his shield, really. He was asking to keep going. I just talked to him while he was getting stitched up. He goes, yeah, like I was getting my ass kicked, but I don't want to lose like that. No real fighter wants to lose or win like that. So, yeah, rough night for both of us.
Did he sound like he'd want to run it back with you, or is he kind of like, I don't?
That's up to him and his camp. They seem like great dudes. I don't really know where he stands. I would like to run it back, or just give me someone else. Like, I just want to fight. I want to make money. I want to be active. I want to cement a legacy. I want to do all these things, and this felt like my coming out party, and it's my party, and I'll cry if I want to, I guess.
And we hear about all these discretionary bonuses that Dana gives out. Is this a chance you maybe want to ask him?
Oh, Uncle Dana, please, baby. Papa's got a mortgage to pay. No, yeah, I think that like, I understand that wasn't the official decision that I'd prefer, but yeah, if that wasn't a 50 grand performance, I don't know what is. I had 2 big head kicks, a body kick. I dropped him 2 or 3 times. I out-wrestled him. I did everything. Like, that was, in my opinion, performance of the night. So I would love a little extra something on the side. I don't dictate that, and I'm not here to try to call shots, but I would love a rematch, or I would love a new fight. I would love a bonus. I would love all this stuff. I'm here for it. So I'm here for it, man. I'm super grateful, and I'm super... I've said it a couple times throughout this week. I have so much gratitude. Like, I turned 31 yesterday. I've grown up in this company, and I'm here for all of it.
What Smith song are you listening to?
Panic, probably. Panic, or Ask Me, or... I mean, the obvious. There's a couple obvious. There's a light.
Heaven Knows I'm Miserable.
Heaven knows I'm miserable now. Yeah.
Do you really want a rematch with him, since it was obvious that it looks like it was going your way and it was going to be your win?
I was looking for a fight, and then I found a fight, and heaven knows. Yeah, I would love a fight with him or anyone else. The fight was going my way. I could do it again in a couple weeks. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, dude.
Were you karaokeing on your birthday yesterday?
No, I was fucking cutting weight. I was wrapped up in towels, just manifesting 146 pounds in my head. Do you know what it feels like to weigh 146 pounds as a grown man? It's not fun. I do it for as little as possible. So I spent my birthday cutting weight. But again, you do that to get here, and where else would you rather be? So, you know.
Belated happy birthday.
Thanks, brother.
I know that the discretionary bonus will make it a lot easier to take some time off, but I know you just said, you missed a lot of opportunities, a lot of things you could have spent time with family, you're helping others and you passed on some things. So if you did get something like that, would it make it easier to take some time away, or are you stuck in there to try to get another fight? Because like you said, I think you're fighting tonight. I think you look better than we've seen you in the past few fights easily.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I fixed a lot of things to this camp, a lot of mental things, and that's why I believe I looked the way I did tonight. A nice bonus would take the sting off of it for sure. Either way, I didn't take any damage. I'm down to run it right back with anyone, him or anyone else. I do think that made a statement. I think I should be fighting top 10 guys off that. Like, I do think that I really proved some shit tonight. Yeah, the little discretionary would take some sting off that for sure. I felt great in there. I haven't really ever talked about this, but I have OCD like to the point where it almost became like crippling in the last couple years. Like I can't really even go into it without being a little embarrassed. Like the amount, anyone who has ever trained with me can attest, like the amount of little tics and rituals that I have as I'm training. And it's been such a fucking hindrance these past couple years. And it's really gotten in my head and I've really gotten in my own way with all the obsessive compulsive shit. And I've worked really, as hard as I worked to get ready for this camp, physically, I worked really hard mentally and got the fuck out of my own way, and I think you saw that, and I'm excited to get back in there and do more of that and fight like that, and that's what you're going to see from here on out.
I thank you for sharing that, because I was actually going to ask you, because I know a lot of fighters, when they talk about the mental side and what they're overcoming mental things, it's just a matter of either believing in themselves or starting too slow because of this or that. But you were actually dealing with some other stuff even outside of the fight realm that was affecting you.
Dude, my OCD got so bad, I was counting how many times I pet my dog before I walked out. Like I'd check the doors, I check the door handles, I check the stove, I check this, I check that. I go to pet my dog, I'm counting how many times I pet my dog. I'm counting, like if I went into it, it'd be fucking embarrassing, like what it takes for me to get out the door. If you can ask any of my coaches, I haven't been on time to a training session in 15 years because...
You didn't check your watch?
Dude, this is what I do. I go, I'm going to leave at 7. I'm leaving at 7. And then at 6:55, I'm fucking checking door handles and checking the stove and checking this and doing all these stupid little rituals, like... And that translates into training. It translates into every part of my life. And I've worked really hard to fix that. And it felt good in there, man. It felt really fucking good today.
And I know there's no quick, easy answer for a lot of people, but that is, an affliction that does affect a lot of people out there. Was there any one thing that really sort of worked for you to help, I don't know, get out of your head a little bit that you maybe could share to others that maybe are dealing with some things like that?
I'm not an expert or anything, so I wouldn't ever presume to give someone advice. But for me, what works for me is just retraining myself. I have to stop myself. When I go to check the door for the 9th time and I'm staring at the fucking door and I know that it's locked and I can see it's locked and I want to go touch it and do my ritual, I have to just punk myself and go, no, like, take your ass to bed or get out the door or go do this thing. Like I have to train myself every time. Even this entire week, I'm like a dog. Like I get distracted by this and I have to corral myself back on track. And after a few months of that, starting to see the results. And by no means is it fixed. I don't think, but I don't think there's it's just like training for a fight. It's just like anything else. It's probably not like a real easy, quick answer. For me, it was just retraining myself and putting my foot down and holding myself accountable and doing just like training for a fight. You have bad habits, you fix them over repetitions. I've done so many reps of getting out of my own way, of stopping my own little rituals and not trying to control every single little thing and not the way I feel being contingent on 8 other different outside factors. Like these are things I've worked on really hard. I haven't really talked about it. Probably shouldn't have brought it up now because we're 10 minutes into this question, so I apologize. But yeah, it's something I've been dealing with, and I feel like I've got a handle on it, and it showed in my performance, I think.
Yeah, I think your performance was wonderful. And I guess
Thank you.
The last thing that on that, do you take any solace from the fact that the fight didn't end how you wanted it, but you were fighting at such a high level? Can you take at least a little bit of happiness away from the fact of how you were performing in there?
I'm happy about the gains that I made that no one else will see, the mental stuff. I'm happy about my preparation. I think my preparation was perfect. I was disciplined. I think I prepared for this fight perfectly. I think everything you see, fuck, you're going to get me emotional. Damn it. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to cry. Everything you saw out there was from my coaches. That's what I take away. I got really good coaches, and they worked with me and been patient with me, and have helped me so much. All that wrestling, all the grappling. I mean, you saw my Bryce Mitchell fight. You saw my wrestling there. You saw my wrestling today. That's my wrestling coach, Danny Castillo. My striking, Kieran Fitzgibbons and Michael Malott. My jiu-jitsu coach, Fabio Prado, who wasn't here with me this week. I even went out to train with John Donaher and Gary Tonin. They helped me out. Really, all of that was just a manifestation of having really good people around me who believe in me. And I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I'm super thankful for them.
Well, thank you for sharing, and I'm sorry you didn't get the outcome that you wanted, but it was a hell of a performance.
Thank you, sir.